Good morning and welcome to another beautiful day on planet Earth. I'm very excited to be walking with you as I truly strive to receive guidance from the divine as I ask my guides, my angels, my higher self to activate and allow me to receive clarity as I strive to authentically embody the truth and share it with all that is, with all of you. And remember for myself, as I am striving to ascend in this lifetime, to evolve in my consciousness, and to learn the lessons that my soul has come here to learn. So today I was sitting on my bed and I was feeling sad and I was crying, and as I was crying in my sadness, I spoke to my sadness and I was giving it some attention. I said, "Hey, sadness, I feel you today. I felt you a lot in my life. And thank you for being here with me. And I honor you. I honor this experience of you, sadness. But as my lesson in the Course in Miracles taught me today, that my happiness and my function are one. So happiness is my function. Like I said yesterday, you can't have a function without fun. And fun makes you happy." But I was telling my sadness, like, I need to release you now because I choose happiness. I choose my function, and happiness is my function. So thank you, but depart from me. And as I was saying this, I genuinely started feeling relief and peace washing over me. And it was really cool. It wasn't like, I immediately turned to happiness, but I started feeling relief and I started feeling peace. And that's how I know that this is true, that what I'm doing is real, that this is what my function is and what all of our functions are, because I know for a fact everybody wants to be happy. Like, we don't want to be miserable. We don't want to be depressed. We don't want to be sad. We don't want to have anxiety. We want to enjoy life. Like, we want to wake up and enjoy this life. And I know for myself that that's been a challenge. And I'm doing what I need to do and what I can do to shift and transmute and transcend that sadness and that depression and those worries, and remind myself that happiness is my function. So here I am, walking on the beach, talking in my phone, and choosing to send a message of happiness, to send some encouragement to the world and encouragement to myself. It is a beautiful world that we live in, and we do have a remarkable opportunity to transcend these lower frequencies and enter into a higher state of consciousness and anchor in that godness, that goodness onto this planet. We are different than all of the rest of the natural world. Animals, plants, they all exist in the framework which they were divinely appointed to do so. They have instinct. They were programmed, and they do their function automatically. And they work perfectly within this system, and they do exactly what they're supposed to do. But humans are different because we have the opportunity to choose and to create and to have a varying degree of an experience as a human. We get to choose what we want to do. We get to choose who we want to be around. We get to choose what we want to eat, what we want to listen to, what we want to believe. We get to choose what we want to wear. We get to choose how we want to speak. We get the freedom to choose our life experience. We are able to shift and make new choices and live a new life and have a different experience, all while in this particular lifetime. We are divine beings and gifted with that divine freedom. And through our imagination, we can access that unlimitedness which the divine is. An unlimited creator. And in our imagination, it's unlimited as well. We can imagine, we can just keep imagining all sorts of things. And there is no limit to that. And along the way, we stop using our imaginations and we pick up these programs that we then feel like, well, you know what, I'm not in control. And that's the biggest fallacy and illusion that is on this planet, is that we don't have that freedom to choose and to change. And let me make this very clear. Whenever you are shifting your entire frame of being and you are coming out of generational patterns that you were born into, and you were bombarded with this societal programming of lack and limitation, and you were not given the truth about our existence. And not only that, but we have so many, like a plethora of ideologies that are like trying to get our attention at all times. So in order to shift out of that, it's gonna take time and effort. You're gonna have to make the effort to want to change, to want to be happy. And then you're gonna have to learn how to do that within the environment which you find yourself in. And it truly does all start in the mind. It all starts in the mind, turning. So, what I'm suggesting is not like an overnight type fix, okay? But it is the thing that we're able to do, that we have the ability to do. We can find happiness and peace and joy in the now moment, regardless of external situations that could be going on. And as we do that, we become the master of our life, which is really the only thing we need to be a master over. Everyone else needs to be their own master. But we have to be the master of ourselves, of our thoughts, of how we're choosing to spend every moment of our life force energy. So it takes dedication. It's like every day, every moment, choosing love, choosing happiness, choosing forgiveness, choosing to see the world, yourself, God, and others through the lens of pure love, acceptance, and peace. You know, and I was watching this show and this lady was channeling and she said, you know, the way to shift out of the fourth dimension is to release all judgment. And that when you have judgment, it keeps you in the lower dimensions. Interesting that Yeshua taught, judge not, lest ye be judged. For with the same judgment that ye judge, ye shall also be judged. So the great Yeshua was teaching us that. Because it is a truth that we must embody for us to transcend the lower realms. We don't judge ourselves and our past, our family, religions, government, society, our neighbors, our friends, strangers, other countries. Whatever it is that you're going to cast a judgment on and say, oh, this is this or this is that, you're locking yourself into that frequency. So this is a big one. This is a big one. To release judgments and to judge not. So, like for a personal example, something that I judge is I have this really big judgment on churches and their buildings and the correlation with the homeless population, because I feel like that if you have a church building, that church building should be open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And it should allow anyone and everyone to come in there and to have shelter and to receive nourishment and food and to be loved and administered to. And I get very passionate about that, and I want to start some type of like coalition and, you know, make every single church open their doors to the homeless and let them put tents on the grounds. And hey, you know what? If you're a member of that congregation on Sunday or any day, you come by and you help those people. I just feel like that's a really good idea. But I judge it and I'm like, okay, Christina, calm down. Everything is as it should be, and we're all learning. But maybe in the higher dimensions as we transition, you know, this can be a thing that happens. You know, I'm just throwing that out there. But I just feel that we have these churches that are, you know, preaching to love one another and to help one another. And wow, what a great opportunity that each member of that church would have, and that church building would be used not just for a few hours on Sunday, but wow, it's used every day of the week at all times. And it's administering to God's children at all times. I just think that's just a great idea, personally. But anyways, I still have to like release the judgments that I have and have peace in my heart and have faith that everything is as it should be. And this realm and these experiences are teaching us these things to evolve and to become who we are created to be. I love the analogy of, we all have our own fingerprint. And, each flower that's created, it's like a sunflower is a sunflower, a rose is a rose, a lily is a lily, a palm tree is a palm tree. And what are we? What is your evolution? Who are you to bloom into? Because you are unique. You are a unique spark of the divine. You are a special and unique creation of all that is, having this experience and blooming into the essence that the universe put inside of you. So, as I close this message, going back to happiness, my happiness and my function are one. I'm happy right now. I'm happy on this beach. I'm happy sharing my thoughts. And I'm happy to learn and to grow as I evolve and as I bloom into that which all that is I am. I send my love and my prayers and my deep, deep, deep knowing that we are here to anchor in the higher dimensions and to create heaven on earth. I love you so much. I love you.